Okay, so good morning everyone, and as you know that in my last class I have completed the syllabus. So from today we will revise all the chapters. We will discuss about the different in-text question and exercise question, and we will solve first we will solve many types of easy questions, and after that we will practice different value based type of questions. And as you know that some practical based questions may also come, so as we are having two practicals in our syllabus, we have to practice those type of questions. I will help you to solve those type of questions. Okay, and ma'am, biology Anindo, I think too. Please check it from the revised syllabus. Okay. As per I can remember, as it is 2. Okay. But I will suggest you to check it once again. Okay. So, before that, please tell me, do you have any doubt related to this chapter, our environment? Do you want me to ask anything from this chapter? If you are not having any doubt, then tell me, so that I will provide you some very easy questions and we will discuss about the answers of those questions. Okay. As I have told you in my last class that in my next class I will ask you questions from this chapter. Ishanu, you are not present in the previous class. Why? Okay. Have you checked the video? And please repeat ozone formation and breakdown part. Okay, okay. I am repeating. Anything else? Okay, Chetna, you also, I can see you in the last few days. Okay, so first let me discuss about the, just a minute. So, first you, what happened? Okay, okay, let me check the messages. Ma'am, can you explain? Chetna, most probably that means the destruction of something, some materials by burning. Okay, so this is the meaning of this term. Okay, Chetna? Onish, please mute your mic. Your friends are facing problem, everyone. Onish, yes, mute yourself. Okay, okay. Anything else? Okay, now come back to the part ozone layer. Okay. So, first I have told you that what is the ozone? O3, right? So, before that you have to remember two things, already you have read in the chemistry part, that is oxygen atom and oxygen molecule. Now, if I say oxygen atom and oxygen molecule, then what I will write? What should I write after the oxygen atom? How will you Oh, very good. Very good. So, we can, whenever we are writing the O, that means that it is an oxygen atom, and oxygen molecule means O2. Very good. So, you have to remember just these two things. If you can remember these two things, you can understand the ozone layer formation. Now, ozone, the formula is O3. That means ozone is made up of what I will say? 3 molecules of oxygen or 3 atom of oxygen. What will be the right answer? Ozone is formed by second one. Very good. So, as you can see, O3. So, ozone is a 3 having formed by 3 atoms of oxygen, right? Now, as you can remember that there are different layers that are present in the atmosphere. So, this while this oxygen molecule, we usually normally call this oxygen molecule as oxygen. If we say oxygen, then it means that oxygen molecule. And as you know that this oxygen molecule is important part for our life, not only for any living organism. Without oxygen, aerobic respiration will not take place. Okay, but those who are performing anaerobic respiration, they can survive, but without oxygen, aerobic form of life will not exist. So, it is the very important part of our life. Now, you have to know what is ozone. As I have mentioned already, it is a deadly poisonous substance. Okay, so ozone is a deadly poison, but in the higher levels of atmosphere, ozone performs an important function. So, what is that important function? It helps to protect the earth from a harmful radiation of the sun. So, from the sun we can get different type of radiations. Can you tell me what are the different radiations we can get from the sun? UV radiation, only UV radiation, anything else we can get? Infrared, very good. Infrared, very good. So, as you know that a wavelength is there, you know that meter, right? So, from which region to which region it is considered as visible wavelength, and what is the UV part and what is the infrared part. Already you have read in the junior classes, I think. So, from this we are talking about the harmful UV radiation. Okay. So, this ozone is protecting the earth. So, in your book there is a diagram, you can see it, it will be better. So, diagram 15.4, just check it. Everyone open the book page number 260 and check the diagram 15.4. There you will find that there is earth surface and the sun. Now, check the points. I am telling you, solar radiation passes through the clear atmosphere. Most radiation is absorbed by the earth's surface and warms it. You know that. And some solar radiation is reflected by the earth and the atmosphere, and some of the infrared radiation passes through the atmosphere, and some is absorbed and re-emitted in all directions by greenhouse gas molecules. The effect of this is to warm the earth's surface and the lower atmosphere. Infrared radiation is emitted on the, okay, this diagram is not for the ozone layer. I thought this was the for ozone layer, but this was the just only for the greenhouse gases and global warming. So, leave it, just listen that as you know that if we consider the earth's surface, then sun will radiate this type of harmful UV radiation, and this ozone layer will protect the earth from this UV radiation. Why? Because UV radiation is very harmful for our skin, particularly because whenever we are going out from our houses, we are exposed to the sun. so directly we will get the UV radiation in our skin. That is why the most common problem due to the UV radiation is skin cancer. Okay, skin cancer and cancer in different other regions may also occur. Okay, so it is, and as you know that in plants also many damages may occur. So both in plants and animals, not only human, in other animals also many damages may occur. So we need to protect our earth from the UV radiation of the sun. Now at the ozone at the higher levels of atmosphere is a product of UV radiation acting on oxygen molecule. Now I will show you how this ozone is forming. So oxygen is there in the higher level of atmosphere, then UV radiation will come. Then what will happen? It will split up into O plus O, that means it will split up into oxygen atom. Then these oxygen atom will again fuse with another oxygen. Then 2 plus 1, then what will happen? O3 will be formed. Okay. Now this is the, as you know that O3 is the ozone. So this is the formation of ozone. Formation of ozone, but after formation some ozone may get dissociated and their reaction will be reverse. Okay, so ozone again get dissociated into these molecules. So this is the way, that means the higher UV radiation split up some oxygen, molecular oxygen molecule into atomic oxygen, and these atoms will combine again with the molecular oxygen, and ultimately what we will get? We will get the ozone layer. That means a poison is protecting us from another poison. UV is harmful and ozone is poison. So negative negative is equal to negative negative is equal to positive. So we can apply this theory here. So two negative things, from these two negative things we are getting a positive result at least. That means what was our aim? Protecting the earth. So by these two poisonous substances we can protect our earth. Okay. So and after that I have told you that there are in the previous time what was happening, that in the ozone layer a hole was there. So it was considered as ozone hole, but nowadays we are concerned about this and we have taken many steps to protect the ozone layer so that UV radiation cannot be able to reach our earth and it cannot harm us. Okay. So clear everyone? Who has asked me? Shubhrajyoti, I think. Shubhrajyoti, clear na? One day I will explain in detail about this greenhouse gas and global warming part. Whenever I will ask questions about those parts, because it is not in detail in your book, but I will tell you in detail. Okay, whenever I will discuss about different questions, that time I will discuss that part. So now I will ask you some questions. First question I am writing on the board, everyone check it and you have to answer it. This is the question. What will be the answer? What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? Genes. Ishanur? Genes. You are reading the chapter Our Environment. From where gene is coming? Read the question very carefully. It is from the chapter Our Environment. Bacteria and decomposers. Read the question. Read the question. Bacteria is a material. What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? Materials, just focus on that. No. What is this? Why you are not giving the right answer? Just read the question. I am repeating. Read the question very carefully. What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? Ishanur. Cell is a material. Gene is a material. Then why are you answering this? Have you forgot about the biodegradable and non-biodegradable products? What is the meaning of biodegradable products and non-biodegradable products? Tell me. And this is the clue for your answer, and almost I have told the answer. Now tell me what will be the answer? Biodegradable, decomposed in soil, okay? So what will be the answer? What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? A substance that capable of being decomposed by bacteria or other living, okay, those that can degrade in soil and change their composition are biodegradable. Now tell me what will be the answer? Yes, now are you getting that what mistakes you have done, all of you? Now read the question once again. What are the materials which change their form and structure over time? So the answer is the biodegradable materials, and you can write some examples also. Can you tell me some examples of biodegradable products or biodegradable materials? Yes, Srijan has written already vegetable peels. Very good. So answer is biodegradable materials. And if I ask you how they change their form and structure over time? How they change their form and structure over time? Next question. Tell me how? By the bacteria and earth pressure sometimes. Yes, by that means by some bacteria, fungi, that means organisms who are decomposers, they can decompose the biodegradable materials, and with the help of that they can change their shape and they can change their form and structure. Okay, so everyone clear? And you have to read this chapter carefully. It was a very easy question, but look at your answers. So I am giving this chapter for homework for the next class also. Okay, in my next class I want everyone that you will give me the right answers. Clear? So these are the very easy questions. Okay.